Tim, did you wash those cups?
Sure.
Hello, everybody.
Sure.
Let me see. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi. Hi, everybody. Happy Easter to you all. Happy Easter, guys. Happy Easter. You guys miss me. I miss you all today. I'm on a long holiday. Hi, everyone. How are you? Happy Easter. To my Ramadan Muslim and brothers. Happy Ramadan. I hope you guys are still continuing. May the blessing of Ramadan be ours. May we partake in every good things that the holy month shares. And to my Christian, Muslim, and Christian sisters and brothers, happy Easter to all of you too. Shower. I'll also be sleeping. I will not sleep instead of me sleeping. Let me just quickly chat you guys up. Don't mind me. I feel so very lazy to do show these days. I feel lazy. You know when you feel lazy to come out, you just want to have your privacy. You just want to stay indoor, enjoy yourself. You know, with your family. It's needed at times. Emilo Gongo. Congratulations to you, Emilo. I heard the good news, but you know I can't post or comment on my page. All those are cost children from the pit of hell. They wouldn't stop to report my not my page, my account, my Tolulope Gala. You know, so they banned me for 60 days. But it doesn't matter. I caused trouble nicely. You know, when you want to deliberately get a ban, you don't care about what is going to be the repercussion. You just want to hit, you hit, and you go. Who cares? I beg you. I hope you guys are good anyway. I miss you all so very much. I miss everyone. Happy Easter to all of you. It's Easter Monday today. I've been indoor. You were out yesterday. We were out day before yesterday, but not today because the school is resuming tomorrow and I just needed a rest so bad. I needed that rest so bad. Not being. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. Thank you for loving my friend. Agbalumo. Do you hear me? You know they brought me a lot of agbalumo from Nigeria. I just dashed it out about 20. I didn't even take one because it didn't get to me on time. And because it's food, so I told the person that had brought it to take it and, you know, share it with our people over there. I'm not really crazy about agbalumo. I only learned to eat it about 2 years ago. I've never been an agbalumo person, even when I was a child. I eat anwi. I don't know how to eat asala too when I was a child. You know, there are some things you don't just like from your childhood days, and that's how you grow. You know? I know people don't like ewedu. Some people, it's just the look. They don't like the look and the taste. So from kekere, I don't eat mango. I don't eat agbalumo. Not that I cannot taste it, but then I don't like the smell of mango since I was a child. Maybe because of the disgusting, you know, look of it when we were younger. You know, when they sell mango by the roadside, you see flies perching on it, a lot of flies, not just one. So that kind of disgusts me since I was a child. So I don't go near agbaluma, near mango at all. and you're facing the man's face with your boobs. This girl, little girl, actually turned her back to the boy's face and she sat on the dick. That does not look like a first time I ride. I mean, it's disturbing that we have to talk about this as adults, but then we're just calling on the mom. I'm going to show you the mom's video now. Let me see. Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to get, allow me to get some of my phones. We're not sitting in front of the camera today, so just pardon me and manage whatever it is today. I'm not going to sit in front of the camera today. I just want to be relaxed. My back is hurting a bit. So I'm sitting on the sofa. So, are you can feel when you're there? I'm coming. Okay. Let me cover my legs. Today is a bit cold. I'm sure it's not too dark. About share. Let me see where I saw the video. People motivate video here in the first place. So now, ọmọ wo ló ṣe video yẹn. So I'm just going to let me see. I'm going to play the mom's video in case you haven't watched it. I would like to believe that more than half of the audience I have tonight have actually seen the video. But let's say you haven't seen it. I'm just going to play it to all of you because I just want us to brainstorm as women, as mothers, you know, as parents. Listen to the mom, listen to her submission, listen to her cry, and point out where you... I'm not going to show the girls... no, of course, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to play the video, but in case you have seen that video and you have seen what the little child did, because does it look like... I'm going to be playing her voice to you. Pardon me, guys, and you're just going to tell me, does it look like show one rape? Was it a forceful penetration? Well, I wouldn't even call it penetration because she was the one pressing down on the boy. Her father needs to be questioned. Her father, if she lives with her dad, every male that lives in that house, from the maid, the security, the driver, the brother, the uncle, whoever, they need to be questioned. As in, they really need to be questioned. That wasn't her first time. Absolutely not first time. Not a second time. She was a master of the game. Yes. With what I saw, is it's so sad that I saw some of you adults putting up updates on this, that it was a good ride. Please go and pull down your updates. He doesn't look well. That adults putting up updates that was a good ride. There's something wrong somewhere with this young girl. So please, adults that are putting up updates of, that was a good ride, she ride it till it's disgusting to read. I can't read it. It's annoying. I saw some of you, I'm like, did you actually put up that update for a little child? Do you need somebody to tell you that something somewhere is wrong? There's something definitely wrong somewhere with our family, with our child, with the mom, with the dad, with the school. And it's just quite unfortunate that girl, fell a victim. It could have been anybody else. We don't know what happened, and that's why we should not encourage anybody putting up an update for a little child. God, Lord Benye, Asobi, Dada. Nǹkan tó dá kọ́ nìkan pé kó jẹ́ kékan rape ọmọ kékeré. Kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó dá. And every time I say this, I'm not close to anybody that it has once happened to. I am not close to anybody, not a child, not even an adult. I get to hear about it. People talk about it. I encourage people to talk about it. Adults, if talking about it is going to make you ill, then speak up. Don't say, because they will laugh at me. I know it is a lifetime trauma that everybody has to live with. But look at this little girl's one now. It is everywhere. Everywhere. when they want to rape a girl, even as a teenager, as a virgin, let's assume it's your first time of doing it. Let's assume it's your first time of attempting it. There are even ways that when we were like 17, 18, 19, 20, there are ways that we even take it in with pain. They can't penetrate you for the first time and you will not breathe in pain and you will not cry, scream a bit, stop it, push them away. Oh, don't do it. This little girl was not doing any of those. She was sitting on it. It was going in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, without her displaying any form of discomfort. Who says that teenagers' penis are not big? There are some teenagers, almost 11, 12, me, you yourself, the parent, can tell my son is big. And you can tell when this one grows, it will be one of those bula-ish. So we can't say that's a tiny dick for a 12, 13-year-old boy. They are just growing, adolescent age. Ojo kole kode pariwo. And the boy even, you see, a first timer, you will always know when they are first timer. When you see a boy trying it for the first time, you will hardly put their hands on the breast and they will not remove their hand. The breast, it scares them off on the first day if they are young. When you see a teenager boy, tomba abuse habit try, the boy was squeezing her boobs. It's an eyesore. I feel deeply perturbed with this. I'm telling you, like, what am I watching? They were actually acting like little porn stars. That's the word. Like little porn stars. They know how to do everything. They were changing style, changing position. The little girl, 10-year-old, was changing position. And that is what I want her mom to come out and explain to the general public. We understand your pain. We know you are grieved right now. You're not happy. The picture is ugly to a point where anybody gonna feel pay jello parami. But then there are so many questions that we would love to ask you. As Nigerians, you cried unto us. You wanted us to say something about it. You want people to talk about it. You want them to save your daughter's sanity. You want the government to help. You want us to call on the Ministry for Women and Family Affairs. You want us to call a Ministry for Children or whatever. I think the children is still under the Ministry for Women and Family Affairs. You want us to call on all those for you. You want us to call on the governor and everybody. But there are so many questions on our mind that we would love you to answer. Who lives in the house with you? There are so many psychologists around us. We have so many, professionals that works in the family field. Right? Who lives with you guys aside yourself, your husband? Even your husband should be questioned because the video we saw, it did not portray your daughter as a first-timer of the heart. I'm so sorry. He didn't portray her as a first-timer of this art. She was a master. She played it like a master of the game. I was shocked. I was ashamed. I cringed like my children came like, Mom, what is it? I didn't have a choice but to tell my daughter. My daughter is going to be 18 in a few months. She doesn't even have a boyfriend. She gets it. So when I look at such picture, such video, Ojeke Rubami, B.O.B. God, that's too much. I've heard about where children are being raped and stuff. I don't get to see them. I feel for them. But this one, it is a mixed feelings, kind of like I was confused to myself that is this rape? Do I call this rape? This is not rape. And I don't know. You also said, I'm going to play her voice now to everybody. And the woman also said, my daughter was asked to be doing it. she said, oh, when they gave my daughter drug, they now asked her to be climbing the boy. Reverse was the case in the video that we saw. The video shows like it was your daughter that was forcefully riding the little boy. She was sitting on top. Let's assume it was her first time. There's no how she could have been doing it the way she was doing it. She should feel pain. If she doesn't feel pain, then we should tell that she's strange to the game. It's either they missed the hole, where to fix it, or she groans. I don't know how to say this, in pain. When she groans, like, then people can tell that, even let's assume she's on drug. If she keep groaning, people will say, oh, she was mourning instead of groaning in pain. She was making the other sound. She was fixing it back. If it slip out, she fixed it back in. She faced the front, she turned her back. Do you, guys, are you with me? I'm not gonna play, God forbid, I'm just gonna play the mom's plea, a cry, a clarion call to everybody. That's what I'm gonna play to you. So that was why I came out anyway. But then I just feel like, well, we whole as parents should share this. We should hear about it and talk about it. Mommy Fetuga, happy birthday to you. I can see the video I used to celebrate you now on mine. Okay, let's watch this, guys. That's it there. I'm going to give it a bit of volume.
My student yesterday begged me.
I'm going to turn it around.
My child attends Chrisland School, VGC. Okay. Good evening, mothers. Good evening to everybody, to fellow Nigerians. Please, I am making out this cry to everyone to help me out. About a month ago, I was on my way out of Lagos. So I got a call from Mrs. Abike, a head teacher from Chrisland. So she called me that she needed to see me. I said, okay, that I'll come when I return back. So 2 days after, I came to the school. When I got to the school, I met her with 2 other women in her office. And they introduced me as, one introduced herself as Mrs. Kemi. I can't remember her surname, and the other one. So that they came from Chrisland headquarters. I said, okay, is there a problem? They said no. That they just wanted me to know that my daughter, whom I left in their care, that they took to Dubai, that she had a kiss with a boy, and the boy also kissed her. So they found out that they got that kissing thing from True and Dear. So I said, okay, if it is that I will curtail, that what they wanted me to do was for me to take her phone from her so that they won't keep practicing that. I said, okay, if it's just that I will collect, I was going to get the phone from her. So if there was any other thing, they said no. Even Mrs. Kemi told
Coach.
Secondly, they've been threatening my daughter that if she speak out, that they are
The
going
interviewer is saying
to
to coach
kill
her.
her.
To coach her. Did you hear that, guys?
That
They were
it is a
giving her the
men's
words to
world.
use.
That
Say
she
to
should
coach.
keep quiet. She shouldn't
I don't know
disclose
if
to
you heard
me.
that.
And my daughter was dying in silence. I didn't know. Every day when she's going to school, I'll be forcing her, Julian, come out. I'll be telling her, come outside. Come outside. This child won't want to go to school. Even a teacher, Mr. Timothy, her class teacher was calling her a stupid girl, useless girl. In the midst of other children, in the midst of other students.
Okay.
Please help me. They took this girl, took her to go and do pregnancy tests without me knowing, without the father knowing, and lied to her that they were taking her for COVID test. They took her almost 3 times for COVID test. Please, is it possible? Do they use blood sample for COVID test? Do they use urine for COVID test? And I did not know, not until this thing came up. And to crown it all, because we have started confronting them, because we have started telling them that we are aware of what has happened, they now sent her a suspension letter. After I carried my daughter, handed her over to you, and you people were begging me that she should come. We paid a lot for her to go to that trip with you. And you got there, left them uncared for. Please help me. I need help. I need help. My daughter is not okay. Please, I need help. If there is any way you people can help me, please help me. I need help, please.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. So, when I was asking my daughter to explain to me what happened, my daughter said that they went out in the morning to have breakfast. And one of the boys, Kachi, begged her that she should borrow him her phone charger. So she gave Kachi the charger. Then later in the evening, I think after they had dinner in the evening, the Kachi now called her room that she should come and pick up her charger. So she went there. When she went to the place to get the charger. When she got there, they opened the door, and one of them asked her to take her charger from the toilet. That it was when she entered the toilet that they now hijacked her, told her to drink, to take a substance. So they were all under the influence of drug. So after that she did not know what she was doing again. So that was what she narrated to me. And they told her to be climbing them. And somebody stood and was videoing them and was posting it out. So...
Hey. Chegbo. Okay. Oh my God. Guys, that's the story. With what she narrated and the video that we saw, does it look like the young lady, the girl, was raped? Question one. She also said the school called her to tell her an unclear story. When they told her an unclear story, before they now called her back for clarity, did she attempt to force the child to talk when she went back home before coming back to hear the full story? If someone mentions something suspicious about my daughter, something that is concerning, that is very worrisome, the right of every mother is to call such child, either you have heard the story or not. Put some measure of fear in them and said, your school called me to say this, and that. What have you done? I want to hear the full story now. She didn't pressurize her child to hear what the story was, what transpired when she was in Dubai. The call that the school made to her was definitely after they came back from Dubai. We should have signaled her that there's definitely something astray, something have gone amiss. She needs to have called her child before the main meeting with almost all the board of directors of the school. I mean, don't you guys think so? That did you go back to pressurize your child to ask what it was? Yes, the school said something suspicious about you. They were worried, but they didn't tell me what actually happened. But then everyone is worried. Would you tell me what it is, my child? But then she allowed time to climb it, to cover it up, and then she was later called. They probably, had a meeting on how to present the case to her, how to tell her, something that she would have had the opportunity to hear the full story from her child before she started, I mean, I don't know, seeing all this embarrassing moves. I mean, the video going around, some parents calling her to their houses saying, "Have you seen what is going viral?" How could you be so deaf to what is happening in your children's school? Oh, especially when you have been called out to say, we were worried about your daughter. Did your daughter tell you what happened? You said she didn't tell you anything and they didn't bother to tell you. And you did not try to go home and coerce your child, persuade her into talking, into telling you what happened. So they had to hold a second meeting, put heads together to say, well, we just have to call her back and tell her the real truth. Why didn't you find out the real truth between that time to the second time that they called you? Am I right, guys? Am I communicating? So that is number one. That is number 2 or 3. So now, another thing. When did the teacher that called our daughter useless girl, stupid girl, when did the teacher call the girl that name? Is it right after they discovered that the daughter was raped? Because if it was a rape case, I don't think any teacher should have the guts to start calling they should be feeling sorry for such child, not calling her useless names. It means the school were aware that your daughter, I don't know, will I say, I don't know, a loose child, or probably she's been attempting to corrupt other children around. If they got her expelled after this as well, it means they are putting the blame on such child, that this kind of child that is so, I don't know how to say this, I mean, sexually experienced at her age will definitely corrupt other children. Hence, we have to take her out of our system. That is not the way it should go anyway for any good school, though. Kilo deti won so pay. They should call board meeting. The parents needs to be there. They need to call the children. They need to find out where it started. The whole thing happened so soon. Immediately after Dubai, they got a child expelled. They told you, they just broke the story to you just like that. There was no police involvement. They didn't call social service. What has the school done before it got to the stage? How many people do they invite? Did they call the Department for Women and whatever affairs into? Because this is a very expensive school. I think they are number 5 or number 6 on the list of Nigerian, best schools. This is a very good school. Dowen College, where's that boy? What's that boy's name was killed the other time? What is she Dowen College? You see, Dowen College used to be number 5. I think they dropped because of that incident, and then this Chrisland took their place or something. I don't know. But this is a school that is on the numbers 5 or 6 list of best schools in Nigeria. That is to say, it's one of the very, very expensive private schools. How could we suffer so much? Because of children. We managed to put these children in private school for security reason, for them to get the best of education, for them to socialize well. And the next thing will be for a school that I pay so much millions for my child to get quality education, to just say, we are expelling your 10, 11-year-old child. Let's assume the child is a wayward child. I think it is every parent's duty to try to make a change in a child that is already corrupted. There are things that we can do. We don't know where it started. It's a problem. She learned it from somewhere. It's either she do watch her mommy and her dad do this thing. Because like I said, that she is a master of that craft. A master of that art. The girl did not look like somebody that is having that for the first time. She was actually stark naked in front of other boys. Her behavior, her attitude, her character at home, it also needs to be checked before now. Is she the kind of girl that does not, young girls, they like to cover up. They don't like to expose themselves. Till tomorrow when my daughter is undressing, my 18, she's going to be 18. She doesn't like to expose herself in front of me, her mom. They cover up for some reason. Oh, mom, okay, let me go and change this in my room. I'll come and show you. She's, I don't know. At times I used to feel like maybe I'm the one that have an abnormal child. Angela is extremely very quiet. She wouldn't even dress in front of me, her mom. So for a 10-year-old to feel comfortable to go stark naked before boys, not just one boy. She doesn't have a bottom on. She doesn't have a top on. She took off virtually everything she had on her. Everything. Her top, her panties. In a situation whereby they are being careful that an adult might just walk in, she should at least put on her t-shirt, her top. She went stark naked like an adult, a 10-year-old girl. Went stark naked like an adult, climbed the boy. Another boy was practically next to them, not sleeping, just lying down and watching them. While others were hailing and recording, because we could hear about 2 other people aside the one lying on the bed. Were they doing some at that age? Did she serve the other boy sleeping too? When the other boy watched them, was he having an erection? Did he take over later? So many questions that should be asked before the school will say they want to expel a child. If she had succeeded in corrupting all the children, the other corrupted ones will still end up corrupting the rest of the good children in the school if they stay there. So for everybody in that room, if they are expelling one, they should expel all of them. All of them should be expelled. Did any one of them come back to report the incidents to the school? Did any one of those ones in the room say, oh, Miss, Mrs., Mr., this is what happened in the room? If none of them came reporting before then all of them should be expelled because they hated and abated it and they probably took turns. And one of them did the video. So if the school is expelling one, they should expel the rest of them because none of them came back to expose the rest that were actually engaged in the act that, oh, Miss, I'm here to report so. Good kids with fear of God and with, very good upbringing will say, what we saw today, we can't keep it to ourselves. They would have been so scared and worried. Oh, child X and child B did so thing in our presence. Hence, we have to report this either to the school principal, my teacher, the head teacher, the supervisor, whatever. They should report such, sin. If they don't, then all of them are part of it. All of them. You don't just expel a child because if you leave the rest in the school, they will end up corrupting the rest of the children that didn't go on the trip. So, kini nkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan? Something somewhere is wrong. The girl's father, whoever that lives in their house with them, they need to be questioned. What happened that we saw is not something that just started on that trip. They have started sleeping with that girl long ago. And she doesn't look like someone that was also on drug. Remember, there were many in the room. The video that we saw, the boy sleeping next to the one that she was sleeping on was saying, you are just 11 and you are 13. And he said, you people are shaking the bed, oh. The bed is shaking. Why are you shaking the whole of the bed? So you see, it means the rest of them were not on drug. Why would they give your own child and the other boy alone substance? If it's a group thing like cult or whatever, all of them will go high. They will dope and go high. You see, it will be like juvenile party. For them, they want to go high. All of them share the substance. For someone to be recording, for someone to sleep next to the ones that are having sex, a lot of things need to be questioned. There are a lot of things that needs to be questioned in that video. Is an eyesore. Extremely disheartening. It's so sad to watch little children do that kind of thing without, any reservation, without being scared, without being, they should be cautious a bit. Oh, our teacher might walk in. They were not on it for 2 minutes. They didn't lock the toilet door on themselves. They actually lay flat on the bed like adults with so much ease and time on their hand. Like, we have all the time to play. Let's play. That's what we saw. They didn't hide to do it. It was not a timed action. They were there for so long. So it's either an adult somewhere says, you guys can carry on. I'll be watching here and I won't let any adults come in. It's either an adult somewhere influenced that. Gave them the go ahead to be recording because they wanted to make money out of this juvenile rubbish. Right? A lot of things needs to be questioned. This should not be swept, under the carpet for no reason. Why would school abandon, neglect children of that age in that room for so long? Are you telling me that after dinner, because the mom said after dinner, my daughter went back to collect her charger? Are you telling me there's no adult at all that supervised them to sleep? That will at least hang around in their room and say, oh, you, Susan, you have not put on your nightwear, you have not put on your PJ. There should be an adult, a parent figure with them. Are you telling me you left all those children uncared for, abandoned, on their own? So there are a lot of things to be questioned. A lot of things. Is either an adult is somewhere instigating that act, encouraging them, telling them what to do. For them to have had guts to do sex of 10, 15 minutes, a young girl staying on top of a young boy, a 10-year-old girl, riding on a 12 or 13-year-old boy with so much ease. Hey, me old boy, Rary. She was comfortable doing it. No, the boys and the girls were not sharing the same room, neck affairs. What the mom said was that the lady, the young girl went back to the room to collect the charger that she lent to the other boy in the morning. She said one of the boys asked that her daughter borrow him charger. The lady, the young girl now went back to collect it. They said the young girl had to go back to collect her charger. So when she went back to collect her charger, and they said after dinner. So it was about sleeping time. Where were all the adults that were supposed to be with them? Was there no one that supervised them from the kitchen, wherever they went to have meal, back to their rooms to ensure that the boy go to sleep on time, won't hide that they're not hiding any form of drugs, they are not watching any bad movie? We are the one that buy device for all these our children. We don't even know what they watch there. That's one thing with abroad. You see, there's child lock on virtually Google and they will ask for their age. And even when they are watching, you will not see them see their peer group to practice it with. So this one is just so sad that after letting them loose to watch whatever, because the girl looks like she's been watching porn sites. Porn site, you can't just see a 10-year-old girl do what she has done. Without someone or some kind of negative influence somewhere. It doesn't look like her. That is not that's not a 10-year-old girl character. She stepped out of that character like an adult. She played it just like an adult. Just like the mother would. Is either she's been watching her mom and her dad do it, or someone in her house where she lives, or the teacher at school has been engaging this girl in sex a long time ago. As in a long time ago. Not today thing. Not, in fact, Jomo, she looks like someone they've been sleeping with since she was like 8, 9, 10. Before she was 10. She was not uncomfortable. So you can't just come and ask us Nigerians to please come to your aid, come to your help, if you're not ready to say it all. It's either you guys are ready to say it all, the school is ready to confess to us, you guys are ready to tell us everything that happened. Then we will know where to come in. We can call on the government and raise our voice for you. But with what we saw, we don't even have a clear picture. We only saw a child that is playing the role of an adult. Not just playing it, she played it perfectly. So, that's it. It's sad. It's so sad that we have to say it the way it is as parents, but then it is what it is. What we saw is what we are translating out here. That was not rape at all. Rape will call. If you agree with me, guys, you will know this is not rape. Eh? How can a young girl go naked in the midst of about 3-4 boys of her peer group, of her age? I mean, I don't know how to say this. Ọmọ kékeré ní Nigeria will at least be shy a bit. She will shy away a bit. She went completely naked. Completely naked. They were not sharing a room. The girl went to the boys' room. Yes. Oh, God. Let me read out some of the... Please, guys, you can't be distributing the video. If you have it, kindly just delete it, please. Kò bójú mu, kò ṣeé wò, kò ṣeé sọ káàkiri. Nǹkan tí ò ṣeé wò ni. Ó bá yàn nú jẹ́ àṣòbí láti máa wo irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. It is sad. It's nothing nice to watch at all. Kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó ṣeé wò, kò ṣeé wò. Ó bá yàn nú jẹ́ púpọ̀ àṣòbí. Ó bá yàn nú jẹ́ púpọ̀ àṣòbí. You know? Pé ọmọ kékeré ọmọ ọdún mẹ́wàá. So, I don't know what question is on you guys' mind, but if you ask me, I just wish and hope the mom can come out and respond to all of us. I wish she could come out and answer questions, but with the video she did, honestly, it did not get to a whole lot of us. Instead, it only got us worried about the future of the young girl. But we wouldn't fall for that particular video because the story is a little bit it looks alterated. It doesn't look straight. It doesn't, it's not summing up. There's something the mom is not telling us. It's either the mom is aware that her child gets engaged in this kind of thing, or she must have probably caught her in the act before the incidents of Dubai happened. Because that doesn't look like a first time thing, if you ask me. It doesn't at all. It's like she's been engaged in the thing. She knows every corner of it already. Nobody needs to introduce anything to the child when it comes to sex, if you ask me. She's a master of the action. She knows what to do, how to do it, where to climb, and she doesn't look hot. I'm sorry to say. There was no sign like anybody's hurting her. It doesn't seem painful, what we watched. She was doing it with so much ease and comfort. She was going up and down, up and down, up and down on a boy, riding on him. So it was more like it was your child pressing the boy down forcefully. She was even telling the other one, don't touch my breast, Joe. So you see, she knew they were touching her breast. She knew something is not right. She knew something is, I don't know. She doesn't want the other one touching her breast because she said, don't touch my breast, Joe. Oh yeah, egba me. The story didn't add up. Honestly, I am hoping I will have enough time tomorrow because I don't have much time tonight. You know, the children are resuming school back tomorrow. So hopefully I will have enough time tomorrow when I will come back and allow a lot of you to call in and let's share our opinion. You see, we are not sharing this because we wanted to fight for the woman, because I think this has gone beyond fighting for her. This should be a criminal case between the school and the police and the girl's family. But if there are anybody that lives with them in that family, they need to question every male person that lives in that family. The dad of that child needs to be questioned. I'm sorry to say, if there's any uncle that lives in the house with them, they need to question them. There is more to the story. Every male person that lives in that family with that child needs to be questioned, if you ask me. Yes, they need to be questioned. They need to invite everybody to the police station and ask them what has been happening with this young girl in the house, because it looks like someone somewhere has been abusing that girl a long time ago. It doesn't look like anything that just started. We have heard a lot of things. We've seen things happen. We've seen where even father abused their own children. We have seen where all those silly uncles abuse little children. So they need to question all the male that lives in our environment. Either the megad, either our mother, the house boy or house girl. Everybody that lives in that house, including our mom. All of them needs to be arrested. Like, seriously. They have abused the child. Whoever did that, only God knows. But our mom's story, we cannot buy it, because what we saw, I can't lie, what we saw in that video, there's no incidence of rape or substance. They were all verily aware and conscious of their environment. I mean the children. They were communicating with each other and they made sense. The one sleeping was able to tell us the age of the one riding and the person she was riding, which indicates that they were not under any form of substance. The girl was also very much around that territory. Our consciousness, was very much around our territory. She was, making reference to the things happening. She was telling one of them, don't touch my breast jaw. If she was under some kind of substance, obviously she wouldn't know that somebody is touching her breast. Well, she told him, don't touch my breast jaw. And she was pinning the boy she was sitting on down. She was pinning him down. I'm sure it was the way the mom saw a daughter in the act that made her believe, no, this is not my daughter. This cannot be my daughter. I said that she's under some form of drugs. She doesn't have to be under some, influence of any drug. I'm sorry to say. She's not under influence, of any substance. It's something that she has been doing for long. I'm so sorry to say. Honestly. I feel so much that a child has to go through that. We don't know what caused her this. She needs counseling. She needs to heal emotionally, physically, psychologically, mentally. She has been abused. Someone must have turned her to what we watched. There's something somewhere happening that we need to get to the root of. They need to get to the root of that thing. Someone somewhere has to remodify our character to what we see. That was not a child. I'm sorry to say. So, mommy, you have a lot of work to do. They need to start questioning everybody that lives with you, including a dad. Don't rule it out that the dad will never do that. We have heard of cases where dads abuse their children. This is what we do. And we hear stories every now and then. Some men do abuse their female children. So don't rule it out. When you start to do your investigation, please do not rule the father out. They should question him. They should ask where the girl sleeps. If you're a traveler, what happens when you're not around? The people she hangs out with in school. The teachers also needs to be queried. All of them. The school cannot just expel her. It's either the school is covering up something. How can you leave a case, unsolved? How can you leave a child That's badly battered. They have battered that girl physically, emotionally. Something has happened to her. They have finished her. The school cannot afford to leave her in that condition and say they are expelling her. If that was not the way you put her into the school and she's coming out that way, school saying they are expelling her, the school needs to tell you what happened, how they were able to turn her to what she turned into. Everybody needs to be investigated in this case. Maybe there's something the school is covering up. Maybe they are older students. Only in Nigeria will be hearing that a 9-year-old boy, a 9-year-old child is in secondary school. How do you people do it that you put a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old in secondary school? If they're not like 11, 12 years, they don't get into secondary school. We don't understand this Nigerian educational syllabus. Little children that should still be under their parents, they'll be saying they are in secondary school. What nonsense secondary school? Only Nigeria will overheat children's brains saying, and you know, some parents will be saying, by the time my daughter was 13, 14, she was already in year 3 in university. At times I can't connect it. By the time my daughter is 15, 16, she graduated when she's not a genius. Nigeria, you people like to jump children from year 8 to year 9, and that is it. They start getting over matured. They start doing things they are not supposed to do, because you put them in the midst of older people where we should have 13, 14 as year 1, GSS 1. You say a 9, 10-year-old is already in GSS 1. We don't know how you do it. Is it money you're using to fly those children from one class to the third or the fourth one? Is it triple promotion? We don't know. They are not genius. So why? They go with process. It's stages. They allow their brain to grow to match up to whatever it is they are mounting on it. But in Nigeria, we don't even understand. How could you send a 10-year-old on a trip? What nonsense trip? Dubai trip. A 10-year-old on a trip on her home without her mom, without her dad. Is that not crazy? Why? Oh, I can't even let my 16-year-old go on a trip. I can't even let, my last baby, that will be 14. He can't go on a trip on his own to Dubai. Not even, most of the school here in England, most of the school, there's no how you will not hear that they are going on excursion, they are going on a trip. The worst of the trip will be they are going to Wales. That's the worst that we've heard. They'll say, we want to take them, and this is when they are probably in like year 6, about to go to secondary school. That's when you hear, we are taking them to Scotland. We are taking them to Glasgow. They are going to Wales. Some of them, they come back the same day. Some of them, they spend 3 days there. The 3 days, you will see all teachers will be with them. Who will take such a risk abroad? What kind of teachers went with them to ODD Dubai and let children, alone for so long, to a point where they started having sex with each other? What nonsense and irresponsible, set of adults are that? It's so crazy, Schools are doing it in Nigeria, but chaperone? Yes, that's what I'm saying. No, I don't think this one, they had any chaperone. Nobody chaperoned them, because if they did, they would have seen, everything that happened, how they were following each other. Why would the girl say, I want to go and collect my charger? And even when she gave out the charger herself, how did she pass the charger to him? Because we don't know where they first started. Maybe it was as at the time she was giving them the charger, they would have done round 1, and they would go back to finish what they started in the evening. Where were the teachers? Bad parenting, system in school. Bad school system, bad parenting. Because the mom, why I said bad parenting is that when they first called the mom in school, why did she not go back to pressurize her child at least? To talk. Why does she have to go back the second time or the third time? What's sadly going? Because ordinarily, they'll start to stereotype her. She will live with the trauma for the rest of her life. If only she did this and it didn't get leaked on social media. Now it is on social media, it's everywhere with her face. With her face out there. And she did not get raped. There was no forceful action from the boys there. The other one was sleeping gently on the bed beside her. And the one that was engaged with her was the one below her. It was your child that was climbing the male child. It's such an eyesore. I can't even watch everything. Someone said, oh, he has a part 2. And I'm like, he has a part 2? Oh, sad. I don't have much time on my hand tonight, guys. Hopefully I'll have enough time tomorrow when I will come back and we'll all, debate, on this. I'll open the line. You guys will call in and, let's share opinion. So we'll have a part 2 of it when I come back tomorrow. It's so sad. It's really, really sad that we have to watch things like this happen. It discourages a whole lot of people that says, oh, we want to relocate to Nigeria, or we just want to send our children home for them to have, better upbringing, for them to instill moral in them. Because a lot of people believe that when they send children home, they're going to instill, more discipline in them so that they come back here to be, better behaved. But this is not encouraging. Like, seriously, if you are still of that opinion and you're planning to send your children home, you better keep your children where your eyes can cover. Because look, LAU, this is not a government school. This is one of the highest paid schools in Nigeria, Christian College. And this is happening right under their nose. Children are this corrupted. These are one of the best children that the country should produce in terms of academics. And look at the way they are going. So you see, this is where we start to hear of cultism. This is where they start. Whoever that can do the kind of thing that these children did, they would definitely get involved in cultism. They will do worse things. They will harbor hooligans, exchange, guns, maybe. They will do all kind of silly things. If they can do this and get away with it with so much, perfection and calmness, they're so calm. They did it with so much calmness. They were calm. They were not even conscious of the fact that an adult might walk in. Or somebody, some of the people that serves them food may come to collect cup or whatever. Right in their hotel room. Who does that? Leaving children alone by themselves? Hey! Things happen in this world though. This one is shaking me. It really, really shaking me. Honestly. I am worried for the future of a lot of things in Nigeria. Children, their education, their future. I don't know how this woman is going to survive it, but then it is what it is. The mom. There are a lot of things. Okay, Buki, all right. Exactly. Why school trip to Dubai? Hey, how can my children fly all the way to Dubai without me? A 10-year-old child. You didn't take them to Ghana. You did not. Ghana itself is far. You didn't take them to Abuja. You didn't take them to Enugu. You didn't take them to see some, tourist center within Nigeria. There are so many other tourist centers. Why Dubai? Just for them to go and be practicing this. You took them so far away. Oh no. The school needs to be interrogated. The entire, board of directors of whatever of that school, they need to be interrogated. Whoever did that video, they need to call the boy. We need to know who sent them to be videoing. It's not just about them getting involved in the act. There was also someone on standby encouraging them to continue while they video themselves. They need to also educate other children in that school. But come, don't go and get involved in this also, because there may be a time that they will watch it and feel like, well, if others can do it, we can do it too. So please, guys, there are a lot of things that really got me worried in that video. The parents have a lot of work to do. For everybody around that child in their house, they need to be interrogated. Likewise, the ones in school. Honestly, they all need to be interrogated. It's so sad that things like this is happening, right under one's nose. Ọlọ́run kó máa ṣàánú wa ni o. It's only the grace of God that can help us with all these children. That's just a 10-year-old. This one, he took me off balance. I felt gobsmacked, like I should get my hands on all the staff that went with them and start giving them dirty slap, including the proprietress. How could you have done this to little children? You guys are wicked. Let's assume the girl has been doing it from home. I mean, that is bad enough, not to now talk of the school giving them the opportunity to practice it without fear, under the pretense of taking them abroad on holiday. Because if the school didn't allow it, they will not have let's assume she's been doing it for ages. Has it ever been recorded? Was the girl face out like this? Will she be this traumatized? The school encouraged the trauma. Yes, because if they didn't give them the opportunity to go into each other's room, if there was no absence, of an adult, they would not have the guts, to start climbing each other, So, I don't know, recklessly to a point where they even had a video, a cameraman. Hell. Ayé ti bàjẹ́ o. A lot of things, I don't know, that are so very abnormal these days. Yes, Rosemary, yes. Rosemary said, what if it was now an adult that pounced on the child? What would the school have to say? That's all the question we are asking them. Because the girl escaped the female hotel room to the boys' hotel room. What if it was even one of the school staff too that pounced on them? They should not have just one chaperone. They should have about 3-4 people. That monitors the boys, that see to their needs, that looks after them. And likewise the girls too. So when they go on this kind of trip, I don't think they should go with anything lesser than, 10 staffs to look after them. How can you take children all the way abroad? Some of them have not even been out before. I'm sure the teacher, whatever, they are too, engaged in what they actually went to Dubai for, and not the trip that they took the children. Because if the children were their priority, they will not leave them, uncared for. They wouldn't leave them unattended and just, fashion them like, you guys should catch fun. We're talking of a 10-year-old boy, 11, 12, 13, that are still very, dependent on adults. Oh, God. Now this one that they call I never see, oh. Wonder, 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 wonder. I never see, oh. Wonder, 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 wonder. They should check the child's phone. They should do Google search on all the sites that she has been visiting as well. It's either she's been watching porn film, she has learned so much from the porn site, or she's been watching some things on either her mom or her dad's phone. That's why at times when we adults, when they send us mojo, porn, they are not things that we should keep. They are things that we should delete. There are times that our children just come, Mom, can I quickly just use your phone, please? My son does that a lot. Mom, please, my phone went off. Can I just log on your iPhone? I just want to check my Snapchat. Mom, please. So you see, if one should have such video, because we are not going to put any adult, what do they call it, on our own phone. We want to watch it. At times, it does not even have to do with our internet. It could be just some random videos from your friends, from whoever, sex videos. It happens. And you keep that. If your children should have the opportunity to, take your phone, they will definitely see this thing, these children. Even that 1 minute view alone is enough for them. Oh, see what is happening. Adults, hey, my mom, even though they will quickly switch off, if your presence should, show up, at least they would have seen it. And it creates idea in their head. It gives them idea. I have it. At times, some people send me, I delete everything off my gallery because it will still be on my Google. Remember, I have Google backup. So if you want to rewatch it, you will have to go to your Google backup. But delete it off your gallery if you've got little children in the house. My daughter never comes to my phone. But my son always say, oh, mama, can I use your iPhone? My phone went off. Timmy does that a lot of times. And that's why I don't keep things like that. You see, if me and my friend, if we should share any mojo, we share. I can't lie, we do share. When we see some things that are funny, maybe some extra large dick, some very small, some very funny stuff that travels around and we want to share, I would rather watch and delete. And if I have to send it to somebody else and say, I'll say, wow, video to film, enjoy your I may resend the move. I want to send it to one of my friends. It's better I ask that way than to keep it on my gallery. It's so crazy. There are things that you can't afford to keep on your gallery. If you have some underage children in the house, it creates idea in their head, honestly. That girl must have been seeing some adult movie or being tutored by an adult herself. That was not a child's play. She did it like an adult. So it's either she's been tutored by an adult or she's been watching porn sites, adult porn sites, undeniably. She's had this access. What we saw, she must have had access to, and exposure to a lot of things that one should not expose a child to. Either porn site, because even we adults, I can't remember the last time I will fuck a man, sit on top of him with my boobs, and now think in my head, let me turn my back and ride him with the back. That's the guy will be watching your back with his face. You now turn and ride him the other way around. Iṣẹ́ àgbàlagbà ni o. Ó tojú sí yín, ó bá yín lọ́kàn jẹ́ púpọ̀ o. Honestly. Iṣẹ́ àgbàlagbà ni o. Let me see this comment. And you see, also all this Big Brother Naija show. I don't think parents in Nigeria should allow their. Me, I don't even watch Big Brother of any country. Now, be say if anybody imagines winner, I join Nigerians to say, I don't live in Nigeria, and on my Netflix and others, I don't watch Big Brother. I am not so very much into Nigerian things. You see I turn my camera around now. You see what I watch? They are Oyinbo things. Only once in a while when I'm bored or I'm just homesick, I just like, okay, let me watch. And when I watch Netflix, I love Hausa. I so much love their, old movies. Really nice. I don't know if you guys have watched it. All those Northerners, it's all about their monarch, their palaces. It talks about the Hausa's, royalty. And it's totally different from us, the Southerners. So I just like to watch them, the way they treat their wives and stuff. Because Netflix of Nollywood or whatever is always the same storyline. So I get tired of it. So the outside thing, the dynasty and everything is something totally different from our culture. So it's like I'm educating myself. I just love to see how they operate. Like the last time I was watching an Hausa movie, I saw a guy doping on Hindu. He was on drug. So I'm like, so all these Hausa people too. And, they flirt a lot. It's like I'm learning about their culture. I'm not really into Nigerian thing. If my children say they want to watch a teenager's movie now, I make sure that it's of my interest. If I don't join them, I will not see where they want to naked themselves. If I say I don't want to watch, so I always join them. Let's watch it together. Is this 14 or 12 or whatever rated? They will say yes. 12 and Kinikon, parental guidance. If there's any sex scene there, you will see my son say, Angela, take it away. When I say sex, I don't mean just anywhere. Maybe the girl wants to remove her top. You see Timmy will stylishly say, take it away. At least I'm seeing his reaction. It's not that he's watching it and saying, see the girl. Because if this kind of child that we saw in this movie should see this kind of scene, she will be very comfortable with it. She will watch anything and just everything. And that's why they always put cap lock on most of all this movie. Tom Happy parental Kenny. Sorry, guidance. So that they don't misquote the scene. There's high tendency that the children see it and they misquote the scene when they see it. So that's why they ask parental guidance. So when you watch with them, you can tell them, oh, that's what it means. Oh, she was not going to do this. We're not going to do that. Well, this is what the scene says. At times, you just leave what you are doing to watch what enticed them. You just have to be in their midst, watch what enticed them. I create time at times to watch all their movies. I just sit there because I want to watch their reaction. My daughter is not a child anymore. That one is going to be 18 in a few months. But my son, that is 14. We watch together, and even as he's 14, Timmy is far taller than I am now. But we still watch together. Let me see what they watch. There are things that actually interest children. So you see, you need to watch what, fascinates them. Because if you don't watch, you will not even know what they're up to. Like if this a 10-year-old girl is there now and something on adult movie fascinates her, then it will call for suspicion. Why is my little girl fascinated by adult sin? Why is she comfortable watching adult sin? At times, if we calm down, you hear the girls, oh, mommy, don't remove it. Let me see what they want to do. Then you will raise a bro. Why would you want to say what adults want to do? And at times, all of us parents, we do dirty play. Some parents, you say, because, he's my husband, your father is my husband. You jump on top of your husband in front of your children. You think they don't know there's a dick and a pussy that connect somewhere? They watch the moves. There are things you don't do because he's your husband. Some of you will put breasts on top of your husband's head. You are creating ideas in their head. There are things they are not to see at a tender age. It will create a wrong idea in their head. They will want to try it when you're not there. There's a lot of people who say, oh, because of coming in Babeni now. But Babeni Mumbashiri. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Of course. The point is there are things that are seen that they are not to see as children. Some of us, your children have walked in during sex. This is a bad thing when little child walks in on us during sex. And then we just think, oh, get out, go back. No, you need to go back and cancel them. Explain the sin they saw to them. Explain why they don't have to. Apologize. Make restrictions for them. Don't walk in on me when I'm in my room with my partner, with your father. There should be boundaries. Some of us, when we see our young children walking on us during sex, we think just yelling on them and sending them away and back. What about what they have seen? They are not blind, for God's sake. They process it in their head. They are looking for meaning. Do you know? I hope you get what I'm trying to say. In their head, they are, searching for the response, the answer, like, what is mom and dad doing? Why were they sitting on each other? So you need to teach them sex education, a bit of it, according to their age. Like, seriously, we need it. Because Nigerian parents, most of us will just say, oh, get away, go back. Oh, look at her. Look at her watching me. What else are you standing for? And they have seen you both naked already. No. You should go back and tell them and explain what they saw and why they must not do it and why you are doing it, because it's your husband, that's my partner. I'm so sorry you have to see this. Don't come to my room at so time. Explain it to them. Chasing them away. It's a lie. The picture is in their head and they will keep looking for answer. They are processing that picture in their head the moment they've seen you and daddy naked. And they know both of you are having sex. Don't let anybody deceive you that they don't know you're having sex. These children are fully aware that you're having sex. Hence, you should not be quiet the moment you are caught with your husband or with your partner. It happens. That girl is just 11. She has seen more than what she should have seen in life. And that's where the problem starts. So anyway, I'm going to close the chat now. I have to go now. Like I told you that I can't stay here for too long. So I'm going to leave all of you now. Enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful night. And if I have time tomorrow, I'll come back out so that all of us can call in. let's share our opinion as parents. What we have seen is one that is so disturbing, is so disheartening. It's also very, very demoralizing of a 10, 11-year-old girl having sex in such a very comfortable environment and position. So we're going to be talking about it as parents. Um, let's just, you know, um, rub minds together. Let me know what you think. If you haven't seen the video, I'm sorry I cannot share it. It's not something that we should be sharing about as parents. But if you have peradventure come across it, I'm sure you will agree with me that that was not a first timer, thing. Whatever could have facilitated that, we don't know. But we'll find out. Hopefully, we'll have more information from the school and from the people in charge of the case. So when I come back out tomorrow, I am sure we'll have more people. We'll have a lot of professionals calling as well. And then we'll take it from there. May God help us with our children. Oh, and everyone allow. Oh, poor dear. Like seriously, oh, poor. Oh, poor dear. Could you know? And the mom is not telling the whole truth, unfortunately. Yes, I'm sorry to say if you hurt, but then that wasn't the whole truth we had. Also, the school has something they are hiding, because they can't just expel a child after such grievous offense. This is not something that they should sweep under the carpet. One of their 10, 11-year-old pupil was doing it like an adult. So the school needs to be questioned, the parents and everybody needs to be questioned. So it's not the right time for them to expel her. They are living now with trauma. The school should help her heal after finding out what happened. I mean, they should have social work and everything in that kind of school. They should heal her, they should work with her, they should work with the government, to get to the root of all this. So it's a very wrong time to expel her. Let's assume she did it and she was going to corrupt other children. It's still a very wrong time for the school to corrupt her, because they should try to make an attempt to make her a better child before they send her away. They should not even send her away anyway, except that she feels stereotyped and traumatized. Yes, they can change her environment. The parents may end up sending her abroad after this, because the video has gone viral. And Nigerian society, as we all know, they will keep stigmatizing her to something bad happens to her. So the best thing will be for the parents to change her environment completely after this. After the case, they should take her out or something completely out, because no child will try that here abroad. That's why I watch all those newsers on Facebook when they're attacking each other, saying they rape a child. It doesn't happen. It rarely happens. You rarely hear about children being raped abroad. It's either it has happened back home, but it really happens. Honestly. Because anybody that tries that knows you are going to jail. And let's assume both of them, by none, they won't try it. Could check your imaging. Let's assume, two children, with each other. There's still, very huge punishment for that in school. Honestly. We hardly even hear it happen, because school will not even allow it to happen, except they want to go home to try it. No school will take children on excursion and this will happen. Possible. Not possible. Not here. Not abroad. Not in America. Not in Europe. Honestly. So I'm gonna leave everybody now. Most likely I'll see you tomorrow, like I said earlier on. So we'll discuss the rest tomorrow by the special grace of God. Thank you so very much, everybody, for joining me. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful Easter. It's Easter Monday, so the whole of this week is still Easter week. God bless you, and to all of my Muslim sisters and brothers. Ramadan Kareem to all of you. Continue to observe the Ramadan period. And it's because of Ramadan that I'm not coming out every now and then. I have my reasons. I don't want to come out every now and then during Ramadan. Hopefully some of you will know the reason why I don't want to come out every now and then. But I'll see you when I see you. Tomorrow, most likely, we'll do this together again. Thank you so very much. God bless you. I don't know where you can see the video, Abike Abiodun. I'm sorry. It is a child video. I cannot share it. I can't even suggest where you're going to watch it. I mean, it's terrible enough to hear about it, not to talk of watching it. It's going everywhere, going viral. But I'm sorry to all every parent that has it, please delete it. I saw Nikushi Fujuri. I just can't delete it. We only talk about it. We've heard it. We've seen what happened in there. But we can't bring it out. God bless you, everyone. You all should have a peaceful night. Enjoy the rest of your day, Americaners. And stay blessed. I'll see you tomorrow again. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.